Welcome back to Dota Pit League season number 3, organized by the One Game Agency on what is hip from High Ground TV. With me tonight, Ryu Vorez, going to be my co-caster, but we've got more than that. As always, we have Mont Packs on stats. I decided to unfire him after the last game, and Pim Muckle on production/camera. So any camera problems, you can find him on Twitter at Pim Muckle, and he'll happily tell you why he's the best. But we're in game number 2. And this game is very important for Empire. If they don't win this game, then they are knocked out. They lose opportunity to win quite a bit of money. And the prize pool, I think, is now over 260,000 for Dota Pit. So it's up there. And of course, we do have our final stretch goal finally about to enter the game. It is the Rise of Fury set by Sven. You can find that. I'm sure someone will conveniently put the link in the chat as we talk about it. But Alan, what's going on, buddy? What do Empire need to do differently from game number 1 to not get stomped in game number 2? Because this draft looks awfully familiar.
Just don't play as greedy as they did last time. They're on the Radiant side. It's a lot more, I would say it's a lot easier to contest the offlaners now. Bulba can still get his clockwork in this position. And he can trap the creeps into the bottom lane, but still, Bulba was able to make a lot of space happen last game, and it really was all on him. And him and Koifa just provided enough space for Black to farm, and then once we talked about this too before earlier, like they had a 5-man lineup, but they had nothing to really take the towers. Maybe Visage Birds, maybe Abaddon with heal, but they had no Leshrac for themselves. They have no Furion that's in this game now. So it felt like their lineup was kind of 5-man oriented, but they still couldn't really 5-man, and they couldn't take down towers early enough.
The other problem is that I feel like their lineup wasn't quite strong enough in team fights even to, like wipe them and just make it easy for any hero to push a tower. They were only getting like occasional kills and then couldn't really do it. Now they've got the Undying, which is not really an active support in terms of stuns or disables, but he is certainly a presence in team fights. The new Tombstone, extremely powerful, and we will get to see it this game. And I mean, Team Tinker, every team at this point pretty much has something that they know that they can do against the Undying, because if not, if you don't have a plan for the Undying, you actually almost just auto lose because it's incredibly powerful. So you have a couple options. You can try to deal with it straight up, which is not very easy. Gyrocopter is one of the only options in the early game. The Flak Cannon is like one of the only things that actually hits the new Undyings. Zombies, like Glaives does not even work. I think it's Glaives is supposed to, but it does not work. And the other options, I mean, you can try to just build for the ultra late game with something like a Naga and just play around it. Avoid the team fights for as long as possible and just try not to get 5-mans. Or you can kind of go for like a Tombstone killer.
You could go for, wait, this is what they used to do all the time at TI2, guys. I'll give you a flashback memories, man. This is a shout out to the past, but what they would do is they would use Naga for support, right? You could see maybe Naga support coming back. You immediately cast your ulti, clear out that Tombstone, but what they did before was they used the ultimate. They cleared out the Rasta Serpent wards, because back then Rasta was always picked every single game. So what they did to counter that is just Song, killed it off, and then team fight immediately afterwards, and which they could do here, but they're already picking up both of their supports. So if they do pick up Naga, it will be a core. And off to the races we go. We got Lich being picked up here, and as well as Bane now.
Bane's kind of an interesting one. It is one way to presumably keep, if they pick like some sort of hero that's really good at killing the Tombstone, it's some good way to CC it. Phoenix Grip obviously can even go through BKB. I've also seen Nakes used, I think only in scrims, to try to kill the Undying Tombstone, and it's like okay. And Team Tinker do have a Nature's Prophet, so there's a little bit of extra benefit there. So that could be an option. Certainly not a popular one, not really one we've seen too much. I think there's only been Nakes in a couple of games so far this patch. I seem to remember some Chinese team was running it, but it could be an option against the Undying, and they're going to pick up the Morphling. And Team Tinker, they also have the Lich, and this was a hero that was picked up for Empire the other day when they picked almost this exact same starting lineup. Gyro, Undying, they had a Lich as well, so trying to give them a little bit more ability in team fight to just do a lot of damage with that Lich ulti.
This is Team Tinker realizing that, hey, they're gonna go dual lane again. We're just gonna maybe dual lane you back or something and shut you down, shut down silence farm. And that's the one thing they didn't do this game or last game, but maybe look to do this game. They can always do Lich plus something mid and shut down Resolution again, right? Because
Yeah.
normally Resolution is their tempo controller. He had a rough game last time, and this time it's gonna be a Viper. They can always go. I would say Viper in the
Yeah, this is
safe
gonna be
lane.
Viper or Gyro mid. Gyro
I
with
don't
like
know.
max missile has
You can
been pretty
go.
popular mid.
You can go anywhere with these three heroes. Viper can be safe lane, mid, off lane with the dual lane. Gyro can be mid, safe lane, off lane too. So it's all based on how Team Tinker are gonna put their lanes, how you react. So this is a very reactionary kind of draft and game from the get go, like the rotation of the lanes and how it's gonna go. But Morphling against this lineup, Bane, Undying, Viper. This is a tough sledding for him to really take down anybody on the enemy team, unless it's a support Morphling or offlane Morphling where you're just gonna have that shotgun build. I mean, well, not shotgun, but the 4.5 seconds or 2.5 seconds stun.
Well,
duration build.
do you think this is gonna be? I mean, this could be a black morphling, right? It's possible.
It's
Black.
possible.
I think Black was one of the best morphling players in the last like year.
I mean, it's good, right? It's good for getting away from the team fights, but they still don't have anything to really deal with the Undying team fights. They have the Nature's Prophet for the split push purposes, maybe getting reactionary Dota, but Team Empire's 5-man right now. It looks really scary because of that Viper last pickup. It has the corrosive skin to really deal with the Lich and the Lion. Maybe he'll go for a Greaves. He'll definitely go for a Mechanism. And
Oh boy,
well, that just got dirty. Game got dirty.
The Sam last pick. This is one of Bulba's absolute favorite heroes in this patch, and he is extremely disruptive with this Broodmother. And I mean, the strength of the Broodmother is if the supports rotate out of the lane, you just kill the carry almost every time. I mean, you can just do so much damage. You just round up the spiders. Now, especially that they have phase, you can get all of them attacking at once, and it is quite a bit of damage. So
10 seconds
Bulba on the Broodmother. This pick alone has undone a lot of teams. And when you play Team Tinker, you have to be aware that they A, like the Broodmother quite a bit, and B, are extremely powerful with it. And as a last pick, it's pretty ideal. I mean, so far, really all they have to deal with the Broodmother is, the Gyrocopter Flak Cannon, and maybe Viper can run them down with poison.
Yeah, Team Empire kind of got burned last game because they didn't have any stuns. They had Centaur and Lina, but Lina, you really need to have Yules. But this time they have Bane that really needs level 6. They really have a 5-man lineup from Team Empire once again, and this Brood plus Nature's Prophet is wonderful. But this Darkseer pickup now does allow for I would say the best heroes against Brood are Darkseer, Centaur, and Axe. Those three. You can rush the Vanguards on all of these. I think you do need to get it first on all three of these heroes, just so you have enough survivability in the lane. Because one thing is, yes, sure, the nuke is magical, but still, the physical DPS coming out from the Broodlings, you need a Vanguard ASAP on these heroes, and this allows them to go aggressive. And for Team Tinker, they have to realize this. So maybe putting Bulba's Brood top lane, Lich Morphling should go mid, and then Furion should go top. That's what I would do. Yes, yeah, and keeping Bulba bottom is kind of fine.
So we'll see how this game plays out. It is a Soul Ring recipe for Bulba, but some introductions. Team Tinker up 1 game here in the lower bracket of Dota Pit. It's going to be Bulba on his trademark Broodmother. Black is going to be on one of his definite trademark heroes, the Morphling. We'll see if he can get enough farm. It looks like it's going to be a dual lane middle with way 2 on the Lich. So the Lich Morphling dual lane, have not seen it in a while. And that's going to open up a duel up top with Pylai Dai on the Lion and Koikva on the Nature's Prophet.
Now we got for Team Empire to see if they can make their comeback this time around. We've got Silent playing the Gyrocopter. We've got Aloha Dance playing the Undying. We've got Resolution playing Viper. Always Want to Fly playing Bane. And last but not least, Uba, the stand-in for Yoki, playing the Darkseer here.
Well, we'll see how this works out. It looks like Black is going to get his hands possibly on a bounty rune, but facing a little bit of pressure. Pylai Die now coming in to help, and Aloha Dance just forcing him back and can do a lot of damage very, very early. Black
All right,
is,
Black's lost the game.
yeah,
He's
he
lost.
actually is in some serious trouble. But now he's just going to
If they
salvo.
dual lane mid with Aloha Dance now, oh, this is gonna be scary for Black.
Looks like he's gonna have nightmares about this zombie, as so many teams have after facing up against him. And we'll see if resolution is, I mean, this seems like a good lane for Empire. I don't really see how Black's can even go near this lane.
If they're just gonna get massively dove behind the tower, he doesn't have enough regen from Black. He didn't get the early rune, and him getting CS early on is non-existent right now.
Yeah, he might get a couple here and there, but it's going to be rough. Top lane, maybe they're going to be able to take down Bulba here with some detection, but do they have any at all? Nope. No, they don't. No detection. So Bulba should have free reign over this top for a little bit. Pylai dies here as well, and interesting lineup here. So I think there is going to be a lot on Bulba this game, though. He needs to sort of make up for the fact that Black's going to be getting nothing.
And this is really good rotations coming in from Team Tinker so far. They rotated Furion bottom lane to deal with the Darkseer. I think he's way better at dealing with him. He can deny a lot easier if he has the treants up. And it's kind of on Uba to really get level 3 to put in a lot of pressure. And Bulba's going to have easy free reign over his own jungle here.
Yeah,
as well
this
as
lane is just going to be great for him.
Yeah.
Denied.
But it is worth noting, the first game was on US East, and this game is on Luxembourg. Did get some questions about that, so Team Tinker obviously with a small ping advantage in the first game, Empire presumably on this game, but I think it's actually fairly close for most of the players in terms of like their ping to East. So we'll have to see if that makes an impact on the game, and if Empire can stay alive here. They do have a very powerful lineup to do it, and I think they have a good chance this game.
Yeah, with
Although
the last
we thought that last game too, but
well, this game more so because sure you last picked the Brood, but it wasn't the last pick. Because if Empire had picked up a hero before and they were able to greedily get away with the Brood Mother, then I would say sure we're gonna be.
Oh, Uba might be in some trouble here. Quick with a really great Sprout, keeping him really far back, but Uba is gonna surge on out of there. Drop the salve, should be okay. And it looks like Empire are gonna try to disrupt the farm in the pull, but they just cannot do anything against Bulba here.
Really need to get a sentry ward coming out. Here it comes. Always want to fly.
Yeah, it is worth noting Silent is still getting decent CS. It's not like he's getting extremely shut down. Not anything like the Morphling, who literally has one at 3 minutes. That's not ideal. Put it lightly.
Yeah, Black probably
12
just
denies
needs
for
to
a
go
Aloha
to
Dance,
the
too.
off lane. Black just needs to rotate right now to the off lane. There's no other way around it. Really, just every single creature's been denied.
CS
It's just so funny.
Yeah, Aloha Dance. Tons of
0
denies.
13, freaking
Yeah.
0 13 dirge, man.
That dirge though.
Yeah, that phone call though.
Resolution off to a good start as well. An early mechanism, I think, will definitely be on the ticket for Empire. You have to imagine they just want to apply pressure with this lineup. When you have the Undying on your team, it's so easy to do so. Silent trying to clean out some of the spiderlings here, but Sentry Ward put down way in the back, and Pylai Die gonna find a loop while they're flying in the jungle. Drops down the Earth Spike, does still have the Hex. Gonna need a little bit of help to get a kill here. Now Bulba's coming on over. Should
Doesn't
be
have
pretty easy.
mana. He doesn't
there's
have
the brain set,
anything.
actually. Bulba doesn't have anything. He has no Soul Ring, no spawn spiderlings, and he does get him in the end. But first blood for the Bane.
Dire's bottom tower is
Koiko
under
maybe
attack.
looking like he was gonna be in some trouble there with Aloha Dance moving in on him with a haste room, but now Black actually getting a couple CS, but he's so far behind.
Yeah, for a 4.5 minute bottle is not the timing you want to have as a mid laner. So shutting him down is kind of what they did last game, but this time all the other lanes from Empire are doing amazing. So
Yeah, top lane, no problems really. I mean, Silent has been getting good CS. He is gonna have to be careful as Bulba moves forward in the levels here, the nuke gets more powerful. Bottom lane going well for Uba as well, up against the Nature's Prophet, but Koikova doing very well for himself as well.
Yeah, and finally Uba realizes, hey, I need to put the Ion Shell on myself. This is a lot better for when you want to harass the Furion, as well as just, you know, kill it.
Let's get the creeps too, but top lane,
Dire's top tower is under
we'll see
attack.
if they're able to track down Silent. Bulba does not have Spiderlings. Puts down another web for a little bit of extra speed. Darkseer thinking about coming in, and looks like they are going to get him.
That turnaround, really weird. And the jukes from Pylai Die is going to go into the tower, though. Last one click, 2 click.
Ooh, pressure, but
Yeah, he's going down. Pylai Die. No.
Is he going to live? Tango's up. Ion Shell onto the creep, and he's alive. What a player.
He plays, man. I don't understand why Silent turned around. That was very strange for me. I'm not exactly sure why. And well, Silent just rotated bottom lane, and all Koifa really has to do is go into the jungle if he really wants to. He's gonna be going for that fast Midas here.
Dire's middle
That
tower
TP.
is under
Gonna go for
attack.
top lane, and this is when Bulba rotates too. This is how Empire should play. Just keep rotating their lanes. Keep putting Broodmother against Gyrocopter,
And now Sam's going to rotate down to the bottom lane. Looks like he only has one wand charge. He's going to get nightmared up. Call down as well. The rock barrage could be a lot of damage here, and Sam is going to go down. That rocket barrage and call down combination cannot be underestimated, and Sam just gets caught without a web down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Very well played by Empire, I have to say. That was very nice.
oh, denied. More denied. Where's my be getting an item for that? Bullshit.
Mid lane,
This ticket sucks.
Black is still so poor, and it looks like he's been in that situation before, but he needs to find something here. He's now just in the jungle,
Dire's top
but
tower
he's just getting
is under
absolutely
attack.
destroyed. And Viper is off to a great start here. We'll see what he decides to build, but just a lot of farming thus far in the early parts of
Dire's
this game.
top tower is under attack.
And even though they're up by, let's see how much they're up by. Yeah, 1,500 in this early stage. It's to be expected how well mid lane got shut down, and still Bulba did get shut down in the top lane. He only has 20 CS, so even though he did get some kills, CS wise he was shut down. But Koifa being the top leader in the game,
Bottom lane. Silent is in some serious trouble here. A good nightmare. There's no spawn spiderlings available, but the spiders themselves are going to track down Silent and get the kill. Those spiders are just so annoying now that they face.
Radiant's top tower
You know,
is
maybe
under
they could have
attack.
lived if Enfeeble was, you know, an AoE, and he could have enfeebled all the
all
broodlings.
the spiderlings. Koikfa does have himself that early Midas.
Oh, that's way too picked up. Invis,
Not sure gonna go down, but he makes it out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
more rotations.
Yeah, I think they're looking to murder Uba here in the bottom lane. Sam runs in with the spiderlings, drops down to spawn spiderlings, and now Uba is just a couple right clicks away from dying. He does go down. Another rotation by the Bane, but is that going to be enough to get any sort of return kill? Bulba does have another web here in a second, so I think he should
Dire's
make it
middle
out.
tower is under attack.
Sneak on over.
So far, this game, Always Wonderfly has been on the money with his rotations, with
Mid
his
lane.
sleeps.
They want to pressure here. They just put the tombstone down. Lich backs up. Aloha Dan's going to try not to eat too many tower hits here. Does have Soul Rip to heal himself up. Not too much of a heal at the very, very early levels, but that ability gets out of hand very fast. If you do max it, you can do up to 550 healing, which is pretty enormous. He's going to be going for an urn. And I think Empire are definitely going to be looking to pressure here. So if you consider that, then the likely item choices for resolution include probably, I mean, you have to imagine he's going to be getting a mech, right?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Mechanism would be the most ideal, most situations. I don't think there's any. Yeah, mech will.
Oh yeah, Darkseer's fine.
Yeah.
As pointed out.
But I don't know, like Grief's. Yep. Mid lane resolution gonna be going down. Bottom lane, Uba's gonna be diving Bulba back. Top as well. Silence going to be initiated. Koi for the call down. Oh, one more last team.
They trade.
Oh, the attack speed coming in from the Midas, dude. That was all on Midas, and not having treads on Gyro.
Koikwa the one to get the XP for that kill, even though they trade. 3 kills happening in 3 lanes at once, and it looks like the Darkseer was not really able to get anything done bottom, unfortunately.
Yep, poor guy. But still, going back to the question at hand here, Viper not getting the mechanism, I feel it really does hurt this hero. You could also say the same for Darkseer. He needs to have a tank item this game.
I mean,
honestly,
is Vanguard an option when you have a Broodmother on the other team?
I thought Vanguard would be the ideal situation here. It adds a lot of tankiness. It stops the block.
Way 2 is going to be possibly in some trouble. They're going to try to save him, but
they have
Lich ulti. There's the ulti from the Lich, but it gets some unfortunate bounces onto some of the treants. Always want to fly, taking some damage here. Now Resolution trying to bring down Black. Koikova trying to bring down. Look at all the zombies. The Tombstone is going to fall. All those zombies on those treants. Jesus. And in the end, it seems like just the Bane who's going to fall. Despite a couple big abilities getting used, Aloha Dance does make it out.
Tier 1 tower goes down mid as well as the tier 1 tower top.
Too, yeah.
Really good pressure so far coming in from Empire. And yeah, I would say Darkseer Vanguard would have been better. Viper with the mechanism, and well, they're going to be playing something else. So I'm curious to see what Viper does go for now. He really does need HP. Oh, Aloha Dance going to be one. Oh, the ulti from Furion.
Koikova picking him off. But, I mean, this is one of the biggest annoying things about the Broodmother is your jungle is just not safe at all. You can never really tell when he's walking around, but he's always just seems to be there. He can scout you out with the spiderlings, run over very quickly. And now Empire, I think, are just going to group up and try to get a little bit more tower pressure, try to clean up the last tier 1. And their lineup is well geared to do so.
But Bobo here playing the Rat Dota man. He's going to be tower skipping the creeps. They're going to be going down here, and this is doesn't do enough damage. Ube doesn't do enough damage to really kill off these creeps. These annoying pesky spiders. And he's still creep skipping. This is Ube. Oh, give me the money.
Give me that money. Sam, I'm going to try to keep those away. And I'm apparently getting reports that Uba is actually pronounced Ivan. Apologies. But that is so outside my realm of experience in terms of language that I'm just going to have to apologize and take it for what it is. But bottom lane, Way 2 is going to run into Always Want to Fly, who is very in enemy lines, and they're going to know that this is worded now. You don't just wander back there for no reason. There's a dust as well on Always Want to Fly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Black is doing his catch up here. He's doing a lot better. He's still down a lot. But yeah, he's going to be pressuring this top tower. Is anybody going to be rotating? Black shouldn't be getting this tower for free. Help team. Help.
I mean, I have to say, if there's anyone that I think could farm their way back into a game, Black would have to be one of my picks. And they're going to try to cut off the rotation here. Pylai Die in a great position. Walks out of the trees, gets the nets off. Onto Silence. There's the finger of death. He's going to get the stun off as well. Down goes Silent. Gets blown up. Now Ivan trying to maybe turn this back around. Always Want to Fly here. Do they have the stun? Yes, they do. Pylai Die is going to be caught. He goes down. So they try
bottom lane. Aloha Dance going to be going down.
He's stuck in a gigantic cluster of just a lot of enemy heroes and creeps. That's a lot of things. Between the treants, the spiders, he is surrounded.
Yeah, I don't know. Gyro really needs to have more stats, and Uba's just getting, I don't know, man. He's had these free farms. He has the highest CS in the game, but he has the rest of the mech on the courier, but he hasn't really had a big impact so far, if that's what you were getting at. I was gonna say that it should have been probably a 10-minute mechanism, and it's 14 minutes now, and this is really what they needed. That would have saved Silent there. And I was going to talk about this earlier, and then I forgot about it. But obviously, Silence a noob, getting that Quelling Blade on a range hero, but obviously using it for Furion Sprout. Way 2 going to be not TPing away.
Yep, he's caught out.
Where's that chain frost? I do the chain frost.
He's not going to bounce enough times to get the kill.
But they have Fury on ulti in 63.
Yeah, they have Fury and ulti plus Bulba is fairly
Yeah, it
close.
just got used. Didn't hit them.
Oh, that's unfortunate. They did their best to try to get those kills, but Bulba has gone for the Midas into Dagon, as I think he normally does. When he plays this hero, he just tries to create as much space as possible, kill enemy supports, enemy carries.
Yeah, Silent's about to die right here. There's absolutely no way he gets out of this.
Yeah,
Like,
he does appear to be a little dead.
they always want to
maybe
fly
actually,
bait.
maybe the Bane can save him, but Koikva is coming in now as well. And Silent, I think Silent knows that he is being tracked down right now. There's the dust. They're going to drop down the Fiend's Grip. This might be enough to turn it around, and Koikva's just going to abandon Bulba.
Yeah,
and
that Koi
down
foot
goes
TP
Sam.
kind of says, hey, there's a brood on you.
Yeah.
Easy dust. But
Yeah, that was definitely awkward, Pinmuckle. I agree. Koikva is just continuing to farm up. Now has Book 2. Book did get quite a big buff in this patch as well. Basically, like the level 1 books are level 2, level 2 books are level 3, and the level 3 books are just better. So I think a very viable item. And Black is still just trying to farm his way back into this one. When are Empire going to really group up and start pushing though? Because I feel like they need to do that.
you can't do that.
Max.
You can't do that against this team. They've already acquired all the tier 1 towers. It's really hard. It's on Dark's here to maybe get the boots of travel. Honestly, he needs to have this mobility against this team. They have Fury and ulti. They have Waveform with Replicate that can be up. And they have Broodmother. The split push potential from Team Tinker is 100 times greater than Empire. So they're just going to get kind of... I want to come up with a new word for rat, but they're just going to get split push constantly, and there's nothing they can really do about it unless they get these great pickoffs, and it's all on Always Wanna Fly, because that's their only lockdown, and he just has to be everywhere on the map.
Yeah, it does feel like that Team Tinker have sort of figured out the best way to play against this like death ball or group up and push 5-man strategy. They just split push, farm, split push, get tier 1s when they can. Bulba is creating some space to help them do that. But now Empire are going to group up on the bottom lane. We'll see if there's anything that Tinker can do to stop this. All 5 heroes are here, or 4 heroes rather. Always Wanna Fly is not here. And Sam is just going to try to take down some of the creeps, but the Spiderlings are not going to be long for this world, brought down by the Ion Shot. I think they're just going to try to trade. So they're just going to continue the split strategy, continue trading towers. And with Furion on their team, I think they know that they can continually pressure the lanes.
And it's going to be, let's look at Empire's Roshan lineup. It'll probably take a long time to do it, but hey, they know they have the advantage right now from Empire. They know they can go high ground a little bit here, but if they get wiped here, this is a lot of map control going to be giving to Tinker, and they might not be able to come back from it.
Yeah,
but
and there's a big smoke coming around for the backstab.
oh, this is Always Wanna Fly. It's not here. This is...
And that is their lockdown. A TP coming in. Now they're going to get wrapped around. Highlight die drops down the stun. Finger of Death. In comes the Lich ulti as well. Aloha Dance dropping down the Tombstone. Is not going to be enough to get them through the fight. He's healing up, but the Lich ulti still bouncing on through. Resolution with a double kill. Silent is so close to going down. We'll see if Bulba can track him down in the meantime. The Tombstone zombie's doing a lot of damage.
Here it comes.
Onto Bulba. He is still having a lot of HP though. And it looks like Koikva gonna be able to take down the Tombstone. Bulba, is he gonna be able to live? Resolution makes it out, and the base push is stopped, and in the end, it's a 2-for-2 trade.
Yep, just blowing up Uba was the best thing they could hope for. No vacuum wall combination there. No mechanism even being brought. Definitely the Undying Tombstone. They got a lot of lucky bounces coming in from the little zombies, but still that helped them out for the bounces, not taking as many as they could have. So that mitigated a lot of damage coming in, and yeah, Gyro really needs to have a BKB here. Pilot Die aggressive blink. Aggressively blinking up, but
Highlight Eye has no fear.
yeah, he's just like, I'm gonna farm this creep wave that's middle lane, but
this is
there's
mine.
a Silent there all of a sudden.
Well, it looks like Empire are just gonna group up again, try to take down another tier 2. They do need to be careful though. I mean, Team Tinker have shown they can defend this.
Wait, so Empire Twitter guy just tweeted at Yiba?
Dire's middle
Yeba.
tower
I don't know,
is under
dude.
attack.
I'm trying, man, but it's
That
just not
Yebug?
easy. Yebug. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna apologize and move on. Bulba is pressuring the bottom lane now, continuing the split pushing. Has a dig in level 2.
Dire's
Empire
middle
do get the
tower
mid
has
lane tower
fallen.
without the Lich ulti, without Finger of Death. They're not gonna challenge that, and they're just gonna keep split pushing the side lanes instead.
They got the Necro
Radiant's
3
top
back
tower
online.
is under
Oh,
attack.
Fiend's grip on
Bottom.
Bulba in the jungle. Always want to fly, taking damage from the spiders, vacuum forward, and that is going to
3
be
gold.
to
Give me
bring down
money.
the Broodmother, and Yiva getting some really good money from those little spiderlings. But top lane looks like it might be Tinker's. Now they're gonna
Oh,
back up with
no.
massive TPs coming in.
Alright,
And Book was not even used
so-
by Koikova there.
The TP was already low because of Silent TPing first, and then you have Undying TPing next, which doesn't have a stun. Kind of weird. I mean, sure you want to get them off your tower, maybe that's it, but gonna be looking over here. Always want to fly. Gonna be scouting out, not the Roshan pit. Gonna be scouting up the high ground. Oh, they have a ward on this hill.
Way 2 does have Lich ulti. They need to be careful here. Is he going to get it off? Yes, he is, but just bounce. It's actually going to bounce between the zombies all the way around. Alohadan's getting a lot of bounces in black, moving forward, helping get the kill. Lich is going to fall. The Book creeps go down. Those are going to get killed, and Roshan not able to be taken by Tinker, and now it's Empire who are going to waltz in and take it.
Yeah, really nice mana burn onto Always Want to Fly. I don't know if he got right clicked or is it that, but he didn't have the sleep available. The Nightmare didn't come out. That could have stopped Hoifu's TP, so only losing 1 for each side. But as you're saying, Roshan go on the side of Empire. This is going to help them a lot, and they can maybe go back down middle lane. We saw. And this is, but you still have to deal with the Koifa split push back there. And,
Yeah,
and he's
Koikova
picked
split
up,
push, the Bulba split push.
oh yeah, he picked up a blink dagger now too. Gonna be
Yeah,
even more mobile.
He's going for the ultra split push. They just want to try to keep Empire away from their base, I think, as long as
Radiant's
possible
top
until
tower
Black
is
is sort
under
of
attack.
ready to deal with them, which he is finally like actually starting to catch up slowly. I mean, he's still way far down there in net worth, but he's getting there. He's working his way back into it, considering how rough the early game was. But actually, Pilot Eye blinking in and Always Want to Fly in the top lane. There's the mana drain as well. Koikova clicking away. Are they actually going to get this kill? He blinks forward very aggressively, drops down the Sprout. Easy kill for Koikova.
Yep.
And it looks like they're going to
And-
pressure the base here.
Yeah, they don't have a TP on Silent. He has his Quelling Blade still.
Radiant's top
Feeling
tower
that's
is under
more
attack.
important. It's gonna be hard for him to decide. All right, what do I need? Do I need my Aquila?
Oh, Glimmering Cape for Eva.
Yeah.
That seems like a fairly good item this game. And bottom lane, Bulba maybe in some trouble. It does get dusted up. He's going to get called down Rocket Barrage, but he makes it out.
Oh, the
top
rocket
tower
missed.
is
Tombstone
under
was even
attack.
used, and that's a minute cooldown.
Call down, missed. I think if that hit, it would have been Bulba dead. That would have been
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
missile 1 damage. Holy shit, 300 damage.
Yeah, so fine now, dude.
Dude, that's, yeah, that would have been, I think Bulba would have went down for sure. Ooh, if split seconds, man. Split seconds. But we're going to be seeing Resolution here, picking up that pipe. Definitely needed this game. That's going to take away a lot of Lich and Lion's fighting power. As long as they can deal with the split push here, and they can push up
Always
the
wanna
lanes.
fly.
Yep.
Maybe looking for something here. I think he just probably
Yeah,
noticed that
Lincoln
there is a
Sphere, though.
Lincoln's. Yeah, so it's a little bit hard to get both those casts off in time while he's still in range without a waveform or something getting away.
He
I'm not even
needs,
gonna go for it.
because the Bane's the cast animation is really poor. He has to get like a 4-staff or something. You have to cast a 4-staff or a Dagon on the enemy team. Obviously Dagon's not gonna be good for him this game, but get the idea. He needs to instantly use an item.
Down the bottom lane, it
Yep.
looks like they're gonna pressure way too. Call down goes down, and he's easily gonna
Radiant's
fall.
top tower is under attack.
Top
Team
lane.
Tinker just have absolutely no
Gonna be
problems letting
pressure. This
anyone
tower is
die.
at
Fortified.
1/3 HP, Greg. Oh, always want to fly picked off.
Fingered, hello.
TP
Welcome to
in,
the
say
party.
bye-bye, baby.
Another TP is coming in. That's silent. But the
Radiant's
tower's
top tower
gone. I
has
think they're just going to
fallen.
get out now. Yeah, that's very valuable for Team Tinker. Those no loss tower kills plus they get a hero kill are huge for Tinker. Just They're just going to be so annoying for this game. I don't know how Empire are actually supposed to push. Like, how are they supposed to get over here? It seems impossible for them to even like cross
really
the river.
easy, but they have to do. Oh, Bulba's gonna be caught out here. Bottom lane. Does he have a TP? He does. He's not using it. There's a vacuum. That's why, obviously.
No, he's dead.
And yeah, all they have to do is just push out the top tower right now.
Oh,
like I
God.
said, Yuba, he needs.
I apologize. I clicked. I'm sorry. I just clicked the button.
What happened?
Well, there's a gem on Darkseer, and getting threatened to be muted by a way too empowered production person. Black trying to just continue getting farm in the mid lane, and Vacuum is gonna move out here, but there's no way for them really to kill Black at the moment. Do you think he's still gonna go shotgun? Like shotgun, there's a hood on the other team. Darkseer has a glimmer cape, whatever.
I mean, there's nothing really Black can get that's gonna be really great this game. The only thing, yeah, this hero is pretty much useless. He should just go all strength and just
Go
stun.
for the stuns.
Yeah, honestly,
that Sam
I'm not
and
even
Quark will have
joking
enough
too at this
damage.
point, because all of his heroes are countered. If Pylai die, he's gonna find him. He's just gonna get rocketed. And BKB, wait for links away.
I feel like they do.
They
get
have
out
vacuum
of
still. No,
He's gone. Too late.
he knew he was there too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Koikova makes it out. Pylai dying to the gyrocopter, not able. And they just knocked the hex off. What happened there? That was weird. Just like
No,
died.
he was. There was no creeps in the lane, so nobody saw each other. He was just running, and then Silent had attack move on, and then he attacked him first, and then he just started chasing with rocket barrage, and then once he turned around, he just popped BKB.
Bulba hiding now in the bottom lane. Aegis is going to be reclaimed, and that will be back up in some amount of time. Bulba just being so annoying. He hasn't gotten like a ton done. Like, normally he does a lot more than this, but he's still being very annoying, pushing out bottom lane, making the jungle difficult. The Aloha dance in the top lane. He looks very dead. Finger of death gonna come through, and Koikova picking up another one. 10-1. Koikova is a monster this game. Tons of farm at the top of the net worth at 16,000. And bottom lane, maybe some trouble here for Bulba. 3 minutes until the next Roshan is going to come up, so that's actually going to be a pretty short one. Bulba going to TP on out.
Honestly, all they have to do is, like I said, they need to get a boots of travel on. It has to be Darkseer. So Darkseer can die. You don't want him to be off on his own. He only has 1200 HP. Doesn't have enough to really be out on his own, I feel. Even though he does have a lot of magic resistance because of the Greaves, he has a lot of survivability, but still, you have the Hex from the Lion. Pylai can instantly blow him up. I would say just push top lane out as far as you can.
I mean, like, this game doesn't get any easier, right? It's like, I feel like, I mean, maybe with like a huge silent item, it gets a little bit easier, but I feel like they're just going to get split pushed to death. They just need to do something, like you were saying.
It's because they have two tier 2s in the mid and in the bottom. All they have to do is push out the top lane all the way, and then they get the tier 2.
Well, we'll see if they're able to. It looks like they might want to do that now with Resolution pushing out the lane and a couple heroes smoking up. Koikova gets himself a full Mjolnir.
Oh, Pylai die. Wow.
Pylai dead. Maybe. He's dead. Definitely dead. Gets nightmared up.
You
And
can get a triple stun, though.
triple stun for his efforts. Not going to be doing too much. Bulba again, just picking off bottom lane.
Pylai
Jesus.
dies. Oh, well, too late to go back from that. His life goal was to, before he died, was to get a 3-man stun, and he's successful.
Man, that's about all he did in the top lane. And Tinker, seeming like they're just completely okay with just farming, letting this game develop. Maybe Silent gonna take some damage here from Koikova, but a big group up by Empire, actually in the mid lane this time.
Dire's top tower
No
is
Roshan.
under attack.
Oh, Koikova!
Radiant's courier
Koikova gets the
has been
courier.
killed.
What is on that?
That was his Scotty that almost. Oh. Yeah, Silent not gonna have his Scotty, and he went for the all stats build, but they're gonna get sieged on this high ground here. Sure, Bulba's gonna be at this tier 2 tower now, but look at the Lich
Dire's
Frost Timer.
structures are fortified.
Rat is real. That's only 3 armor on the
Radiant
tower.
structures are fortified.
Obviously, it's used for the slow. There comes your ultimate, but immediate Greaves.
Radiant's
Heal
bottom
everybody
tower
back up.
is under
Great
attack.
sound, by the way. Big fan of that. And
Radiant's bottom
they
tower
are going to lose the tier 3
Dire's
tower.
middle
Is this going to
tower
summon a bigger reaction from Tinker?
Dire's
Empire,
middle barracks
they're
are
just
under
taking the
attack.
base.
Radiant's
But at the
bottom
same
tower
time,
is
Tinker are
under
doing the
attack.
same thing in the bottom lane. Sam appears to be AFK on his hero. And now Resolution going to TP in. Web goes down by Bulba. Top the mid lane Raxes are dead. Our team Tinker able to put in a similar amount of damage. Doesn't look like it. And a couple TPs were canceled from coming in. One more TP coming in. That's going to be Uba. And I think he might be enough to stop this assault. The Rax is going to go down. So the melee Rax is dead in both lanes. The range Rax hanging on by a thread actually going to be punched down by Aloha Dance. Double TP. Looks like he might pay for this one, but he does get the Rax out of it. And with that increase in gold, I think that might be worth it for Aloha Dance.
Yeah, it was really weird of them to have Resolution TP back instead of Uba, or even the obviously you want to have the gyro there for the mid Rax, but still not TPing back your Darks here. You could easily put a wall down. I don't know. I don't agree with Resolution TPing back there, and they didn't really need to lose that Rax in my mind, but they did. So now it's going to be on them to probably either take this next Roshan or push out bottom as 5, and how will Team Tinker, you know, counteract that? They can't really do Roshan themselves. This is gonna take a year.
Yeah, not with these heroes at least. Well, Koikva is gonna come in now, and he does have a little bit of damage, so he's gonna try to make this happen. Black is here as well. And it looks like they are gonna get this, and it's still gonna be the shotgun for Black.
Well, let's look at the who he can kill. He can kill Always Wanna Fly.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
He can. I don't know if Always Wanna Fly wants to go for this Solar Crest. It looks like he's gonna be going for it, but what does it really stop? Most of the Team Tinker's magic damage. Sure, you might have the Broodlings. Maybe he just wants it for the Brood. Although I don't think in the team fight there's gonna be too many Broodlings on you, but I guess he figures, hey, we got the pipe already on Resolution. Might as well get some evasion going too, so that nobody can even touch us in these team fights. Because 30% is a lot in these fights.
And now Empire considering grouping up here in the bottom lane, but Sam is going to be cutting the creeps with his spiders. That is extremely annoying. They do have one big creep wave though, so they should still be able to get to the base without too much of a problem. And a pretty huge lack of wave clear for Team Tinker. I mean, all they have is like Lion Stun and Waveform. I guess they have Mjolnir Lightning, but Koikva is looking to be aggressive. And now Empire closing in on the bottom lane, but there is no tier 3 for the Radiant in the top lane. So just going to continue both teams to split push it out. We'll see if Empire able to get another set of racks here. The Scotty now finally completed for Silent. That was on the killed courier, but the bottom,
They already
oh
lost
my God,
their
the top
racks.
Rax is already dead. They're going to get 2 lanes here easily. No problem getting both Raxes. They are going to lose Pylai Dive for their efforts, but that's a full lane of Rax. Empire gets both as well though, and now Bulba coming over for the bottom lane. He's trying to bring down Aloha Dance, who is so tanky. Resolution here as well. Pops up the pipe. Bulba could be in some trouble. Black coming in here as well. And Waitu throws out the Lich ulti. Aloha Dance is going to fall.
EP or the blink away from Resolution securing his retreat. Yeah, they just split push way too fast, and Bulba did get that. He didn't get the ranged Rex bottom, but he was applying a lot of pressure there. I would say in the end, it's really good for Team Empire, because sure, they might have gotten ratted there, but at this time they're just like, hey, we know we're stronger
right now. Yeah,
we know we're stronger.
They're going to try to bring this to a game number 3 just by forcing down the mid lane with Bulba dead for another 20 seconds.
Oh, here comes the Lotus Orb on Yubei. And
what is
Yubei.
so? What is that? What is that reflecting on?
He can
it
reflect
reflects
the
anything
Dagon. He can
that's true,
reflect the
actually.
Hex. Oh, Always Wanna
Always
Fly
Wanna
already
Fly.
dead. Jeez, that's the only hero he can kill too. This is
Yeah, he actually makes it out. Now Koiko darting forward. When Resolution drops down the Lotus Sword, in comes the call down. Koiko taking so much damage. He
doesn't have buyback.
Doesn't have buyback. Lich does have buyback and have to use it immediately, but no Lich ulti for 13 seconds. Bulba in the back lines. Black is going to go down. That's your Aegis gone for Team Tinker. So now they're left with 3 heroes to try to defend the base, which is under assault by Aloha Dance. Resolutions are all here. Bulba's
the
here.
reflected
The Lotus Sword comes back, hits way too in the face. That's going to bring him down. Buyback from Bulba. But this game feels like it's going to be in Empire's hands, which has been back and forth and very close, and looks like Tinker might be able to out-split push them. But in the end, Empire just group up. They ignore the top lane completely. Just group up and win the game. Bulba
Resolution's like, I'm going to kill Bulba because I can.
He's got to feel good about that one. And it looks like Empire are going to be forcing a game number 3 here in Dota Pit season number 3.
Rat Dota doesn't work when you can't keep ratting. And with the heroes being killed, nice call to just go into the mid lane. Sure, always want to fly, got picked off there, but still, it's really hard to fight into that when you had the mech, you had the pipe, the gyro with the BKB, because once gyro pops the BKB, they have 0 DPS, 0. So really well played from them. I really love that Lotus Orb at the end, just kind of showing off what it can do. And yeah, let's see who's gonna win this thing in the next game.
Well, we'll be back soon, guys. Again, you are watching Dota Pit season number 3, organized by One Game Agency, brought to you by Sapphire, AMD, Twitch, Logitech, Sennheiser, G2A, esportsbets.com, and I'm What Is Hip from High Ground TV. Joining me today, Ryu Borez at Ryu Borez, Dota on Twitter, Mottpax on Stacks at Mottpax, and Pimp Muckle, of course, on production at Pimp Muckle. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes for the closing game of the day.